Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Come along with me on this walk. I'm walking from near IT Park and the Sentinel condominium. I was walking away from there, which is a video I've done recently. Um, that condominium there in the center is Avenir, a business condominium related. That's how it's marketed. And did a video there when it was still under construction. You got another condominium going up just to the left of that one. I think I've done a video in their models. I can't remember the name right now. But anyway, you can see the pipes in the beside the street. Those are water lines. Water lines going, and most of the water lines are not underground. Here in Cebu City, Cebu, the Philippines. And it is amazing that you don't see more of those lines leaking. I suppose because you can see when they leak, it's very obvious, and they can be repaired. The local barangay. You got Waterfront Hotel there in the background. Waterfront Hotel and Casino. There's one across from Mactan International Airport over on Mactan Island as well, Waterfront Hotel and Casino. Anyway, I am walking towards Ayala Mall. Got some business to take care of there. And shortly, this video is going to go into slow motion view. And some of you like that. You get little closer up looks at the surroundings and the people. This afternoon, I'm going to do another real estate video. A friend and subscriber is going to look at a couple, at least two different condominiums, I believe, over in IT Park. And he invited me along to video those. So we'll be putting up more and more. You know, that's how I started back in 2015. I always carried a camera with me, and these real estate agents in the mall would grab me and say, "Come and look at my condominium right now." And I would. I took videos, got some information, put the videos up, and there was quite a bit of interest in those types of videos. So I'll probably do a little bit more of that type of thing here. There's a new apartment condominium just down the street just opened up, and I will be doing a video there soon. And slow motion with my camera, which is an Ace Insta360 Ace Pro. When you do slow motion, all the sound goes off. Probably because it would sound pretty weird, slow motion sound. But anyway, you get a better look at jeepneys like these. They're numbered, and that was a 13C, had listed its route also to Lamban, to wherever. A lot of these little side streets, and I've walked down a number of these, and people are friendly, helpful. A lot of sari stores, little where you can buy a lot of your necessities, your soaps and your little medicines and that sort of thing. Uh, Food stores, food shops. Met a subscriber, I think about 2 weeks ago now, and when he came here, he'd picked up a persistent cough from, I think he stayed with a relative, visited a relative back in the States, and the guy was coughing, and he picked up that cough and didn't go out for a week or two when he was in the Philippines. But anyway, I've had a cough for about a month. Most of the cough is over, but you can hear that I'm a little bit hoarse. And my girlfriend, a lot of her coworkers, coughs. Some of her family members off on another island, coughing. Something going wrong. Something going around. Now I am taking larger doses of vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and I'm spraying nasal spray, betadine nasal spray, and that seems to be helping. But still, it's taking a while. Taking a while to get over this hoarseness anyway. How about any of you? Are you experiencing that back whatever part of the world you're living in? Many of you know that, but 5, 6 months ago, I was walking at night in the downtown area of Cebu City, fell fast and hard, dislocated my shoulder, and split my shoulder socket in half, basically. Got $1,000 worth of titanium in there. Um, Doing rehab. I can ride my motorbike again, but still limited motion with my left arm. My hand has got plenty of grip and everything, and I'm gaining a little bit more motion, but it's going to take a long time. Met another subscriber the other day. He lives on another island, smaller island, I think down by Davao City, and the path from, like, he was at like a birthday party or something. The path from that area up to their house, it's kind of a dirt steps going up, and he slipped and went down, caught himself with both of his hands, dislocated both shoulders, and he was in town for rehabilitation. And he told me about the local hospital. Couldn't really do much for him. Didn't have the better pain medications to take a lot of the pain away. I think he finally went to Davao City and had some work done there. And he's getting more movement. I think three days a week. I think he goes for rehab here in Cebu City. Anyway, a guy should have some kind of insurance, either self-insured, quite a bit of money in the bank. Basically, medical care is much cheaper here than it is in the USA. 10 years ago, I had my gallbladder out in the USA, and I had a pretty decent health insurance policy. Because I was healthy, I picked a 70/30, means I pay 30%, the insurance pays 70, and I think I had a $3,000 deductible. I'd already used about 1,000 of that, and in the end, I paid about 4,000 for that gallbladder removal, and I figured it out. And if I would have picked a more comprehensive package, the higher premiums would have been about the same out of pocket anyway. So it is what it is. Stopped into and a lot of insurance companies here in the Philippines will not insure anybody over 65, say. Some are 60, some are 65. But I walked into I was walking past a Pacific Cross. They used to be, I think, Pacific Blue Cross, Blue Shield Associated, but they split up. It's Pacific Cross now. And I went in just to get some details for some of you, and I said, well, you probably can't, I told the lady, you probably can't insure me, but some of my subscribers might be interested. They're a little younger, under 65, and she showed me a couple different plans, and I'll do a video about that here in the near future. And she said, as long as you're under 100 or 101 years old, we can insure you. And we went over the packages, and I looked at the rates, and really didn't sounded quite reasonable for they have an annual plan, and you can pay quarterly, I think. Quarterly, you pay a little extra. But kids see the camera. But anyway, taking the annual and breaking it down would cost me about $200 US, about 10,000. Yeah, about 10,000 Philippine pesos to have that plan. A fairly comprehensive plan. It even had a little bit of trip insurance on it if I traveled as well. And I'm also working on a cost of living video. I haven't done one of those. I've been doing them for 8 years, Haven't done one for a while, but we'll get into the nitty gritty. We'll get into some of the real details. And I'm going to suggest that you get if you're not here and you're not familiar with the prices here, get out a pad and paper, and we'll do some figuring as well. Decide where you're at, what you can afford. Um, Before I came here in 2015, I did a lot of research about the Philippines and Thailand. Initially, I thought I was going to go to Thailand. I had made up my mind, and eventually decided the language barrier would be an issue, and started researching the Philippines. But anyway, I watched a lot of the cost of living videos, ordered a bunch of books, read the books, and when I got here, I found that it was more expensive to live here than what I had penciled in, and I had done my budget and redone it and redone it and redone it. Here's one of those intersections. Like so many, there are there are a few intersections in Cebu City with traffic signals. Not so many, mostly on the main roads. Almost no stop signs. I don't know if I've seen one stop sign in 8 years. People just, like this taxi, just stick your nose out until the traffic stops from the other direction. And it works. It seems to be quite efficient, actually. People will, for the most part, not get into a road rage type thing. They will give way at a certain point in time, allow the other traffic to come from a different direction. I'm also working on another real estate related video, kind of the state of the real estate industry here in Cebu City. I occasionally do more research. Most of the research that actually has some data comes out of the Manila area, but even the large property development companies up there. I listened in on one of their seminars, and the point was made, we don't have a database of a lot of useful information. And the top guy said, yeah, that is a problem. We don't have a lot of the good information that we would like to have of the property situation. And got a couple things happening with the property sector. Number one, you had a couple of years of lockdowns, so a lot of people went to working at home, and I've met still a number of people that are still working at home. The company gives them a laptop, and they train them, and as long as they have an internet connection, they're still working at home, so there's office space. You've got POGOs, Philippine Overseas Gaming Organizations, I think, and most of those are Chinese gambling, online gambling companies, and most people working there are Chinese. They take up big chunks of commercial space as well as they have to live someplace of residential space. The article the other day, I believe it was a senator, and there's been this discussion for quite a number of years that the POGOs, the gambling companies, bring in a lot of bad along with the good, the prostitution and what have you. And so there is a push by some to ban POGOs, to kick those tens of thousands of people out of the Philippines and shut down the companies. And one of the top real estate people in the country out of Manila has said he really fears what that will do to the commercial and the residential market, and they will have to start dropping prices even further. I don't know, with the huge price increases over the years, maybe that would be a good thing. More people could afford the units. You have real estate issues all over the world. You have high interest rates like we have here in the Philippines, and around the world. In the USA, I think Phoenix and Las Vegas, in most areas, their home prices are dropping. Um, Parts of Florida, they're dropping because of the high increase in prices over the years, and then the high interest rates. Most people can't afford the payments any longer. Same thing here. I think a lot of people are just priced out of the market. There are millions, tens of millions of people around the world with a lot of money. You sell your house. If you sold your house in America for half a million, something like that, over the last few years, you've got cash money to spend. I've read that the Chinese are buying up a lot of Thailand properties, residential properties. I have not heard that here in the Philippines. Thailand has their immigration system. I think they made it much easier for people from certain countries to come in and spend money. And I think the Philippines should do the same thing. They should make it put out some incentives to encourage more expats and foreigners to come in and invest in the country. I still see quite a number of foreigners, tourists, wandering around and checking into the condominiums. Uh, but next month we're pretty much going into our slower season. December, January, February, a little bit of March is generally the high season where it's colder in much of the northern hemisphere. People are taking their vacations. So it's interesting times. We're living in interesting times. Another jeepney, number 13C again. I have a British friend, lives down the hallway from me, comes down for coffee once a week, and he's trying to sell a townhouse. He has condominium townhouse flat, whatever, I think they call them flats there, and about the size of my one bedroom, about 40, I think 45 square meters, he said. And he's had to lower, I think 3 times, he's lowered the price. Um, he bought it at a decent time, and he's grumbling a little bit about not being able to sell it. He has people looking, but still with the higher cost, much higher than it was years ago, and high interest rates, he can't sell it. He's on the Thames River, even very good location. What do you think of this slow motion? Good or bad? I know a lot of you have commented in the past that you kind of like the slow motion. And this particular video, I didn't have the image stabilization set as high as I should have, and you can see it's bouncing around just a little bit, but not nearly as bad as I thought it would, based on the setting that it was. I've got a couple months ago, I bought a Insta360 Ace Pro, and pretty happy with it. Uh, Much better image quality than the GoPro 9. Of course, the GoPro 9 is several years old, pretty banged up, so I'm not faulting that. Has much better night. This camera has much better night vision. Seems to adjust to light much faster than the GoPro. One viewer, uh, I think based on the comments, sound like he didn't like listening to me. He just wanted to watch the slow motion video without listening to me. And the way to do that is to turn the volume way down if you just want to watch the video and not listen to me. Easy enough solution. This intersection up ahead of us, you got the flyover up ahead of up above, and you've got several streets coming together here. Very seldom is there a traffic enforcer. There are no stop signs. There are no traffic lights. Very busy intersection, very close to Ayala on main roads. And there again, Filipinos make it work. It's efficient. When sometimes they put traffic enforcers standing out there directing traffic, and as many taxi drivers will say, it usually slows the traffic down. It backs up in one direction, backs up a different direction. And, you know, it would be frustrating for me to drive in this kind of traffic without more organization. But the fact of the matter is, it is quite efficient. And even walking across the streets here, the vehicles they'll try not to run over you, put it that way. They are fairly courteous in most situations. Just entering Cebu Business Park, which is owned by Ayala. All these large buildings here pretty much are, I don't know if the buildings are owned by Ayala, but the property itself, they have their own police force, just like IT Park. They've got their own police force, also owned by Ayala. Big business park, lots of commercial buildings, banks. Got Ayala Mall over here. Across the street to the right, you've got there's Mandarin Hotel, there's Quest Hotel, very popular. Some of you, I've met a few of you over there over the years. They put on a pretty decent buffet. Anyway, I've got a lot more videos coming soon. I've been working on a bunch, and I've been very busy as well. Have a little bit of a life outside of YouTube, and so probably I'm spending a little less time on YouTube, but still trying to put up 2 to 3 videos every week. There's a new Holiday Inn hotel down the street here a bit, and an expat group's going to have a dinner there, I think next week perhaps. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Take care. See you next time.